Hey everyone, I'm Shania.
And I'm JP.
And welcome to
The First Drop.
Or the First Scream. JP, it is officially my favorite time of the year.
I feel like you've been waiting for this episode for 8 months, 9 months.
Yes, basically since last season. It is Howl-O-Scream.
Howl-O-Scream is here.
Yes.
Spooky season.
All scary things, all the screams. I'm in heaven. I love it.
The ghosts, the goblins, the
witches,
the pumpkin spice latte. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't get me started on the pumpkin spice lattes. I've had an endless amount of them so far this season. So,
what's your favorite part about Howl-O-Scream? I mean, truly, if you had to boil it down to just one thing.
Yeah, I think it's how immersed you feel when you get here, and just you feel like you're part of the screams. You know, there's a scream around every corner.
There is.
Should I change my answer?
No, that was good. I think mine is just. It always reminds me of home, being from the Midwest. Spooky season meant the start.
Where did you come
from? From Ohio.
Okay.
From this, but it means it always to me was cooler weather, and it does get cooler here a little bit in Florida.
Yeah.
But there's just something about the feeling of fall and the feeling of spooky stuff and the houses, the smell of haunted houses, the smell of fog.
I was just gonna say, there's people who come here and are fans of Howl-O-Scream know that. The distinct smell.
Yep.
When you first walk to the gate, it's the fog, it's the prosthetics, it's the fake blood.
Yeah. And then riding rides at night, of course, too, right?
Yeah, I do love a nice nighttime ride on Cheetah Hunt.
It gets really dark on Cheetah Hunt.
It does.
Even Iron Gwazi at post midnight,
yeah.
There's something special about that.
It is. Yeah. And of course, this is our very, very scary season. So we are in a haunted house, our brand new D.H. Baggums Circus of Fear house. So we're feeling extra scary today.
We are. Now, I have to ask, I will be completely candid. I was out of town last week,
yes.
So I have not gone through this house yet. I wanted to be very careful about where I came in and see as little as I could because I want to experience it this weekend.
But I'm hoping that when you do come this weekend, we'll maybe, have footage of you or something that maybe we can plug in.
I'll record it.
If you're really coming in.
I am really coming this weekend.
Okay, so make sure you get with him. I really want to see you, and then we can put your
footage
here.
But did you, you went through it. What was your thoughts of the new house?
Oh my gosh, yes. I went through it a couple of times. And I got a new scare every single time. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of clowns or circus type of things, but this house was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. From I think the ending, the longer you're in it, you get more scares. So the rooms change. There's a mirror room.
La, 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 la.
Oh yeah, I don't want to give too much away. If you've been in it, you know. But yeah, literally I think every single time I've come in, there was a new scare, new characters and stuff that you don't see every single time. I think it's a really refreshing concept coming over here into this area of the park. It's very refreshing.
Good.
I like
I'm
it
excited.
Yeah.
We also can't forget Spooktacular has officially opened.
Very true.
As well. So Spooktacular, for those that don't know, it's our second year of Spooktacular. Mm-hmm. It is our kid-friendly, family-friendly Halloween event that happens every single weekend as well.
We have Candy the Good Witch.
We do.
There's a costume parade.
Yes.
Whatever your children are going to dress up as. We've seen some really cute costumes last weekend.
Kids are so cute.
Yeah.
There's trick-or-treating.
Yes.
We've got candy.
Good candy.
Actual candy and Candy the Witch. We've got
both.
Oh,
yes. No, I meant we have the good candy.
Yes.
It's delicious candy.
Oh, right. It's not the house that you go to and afterwards Smarties.
A pretzel. There's
a pretzel?
Good,
wait, what? What did you trick-or-treat as a kid?
Sometimes when I went to houses, they'd give a bag of pretzels.
What's
a
wrong
little
with that?
tiny.
That's better than Smarties.
Well, it's I didn't always hate getting that, but sometimes they'd give you cookies.
Okay. Did you ever have a house?
Which is not bad. I'm not being ungrateful.
No.
I was grateful for all of the candy.
Did you ever have a house that gave away the full king size candy bars?
No, I've never experienced that.
That was jackpot when that would happen.
You lived in a good neighborhood.
No,
but
I traveled. I know where the good neighborhoods are.
I got pretzels, and you got full-length Snickers bars. So, okay. Well, we have good candy. The moral of the story is that we have good candy.
Shania, now we are into September. We do it on every single show. It's my favorite segment of all time. It's Past Member Rewards with Shania.
Ding.
We're working on a jingle.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that mix to come through.
If there's a jingle
I'm going to have to talk to my team after this.
company out there that wants to work on a jingle for us, what are our Past Member Rewards for September?
You know, there's a lot. So, 1 second, please. I have my handy dandy cellular device, okay?
All right, so what do we got?
Busch Bucks.
Of course.
$10 Busch Bucks. Who doesn't like that? Free money because
If it's free,
it's for me. And let me tell you, there's a lot of good Howl-O-Scream merch out right now.
I was gonna say, like, what a better time for Busch Bucks than right now. Get in, loser. We're going haunting. I'm wearing last year's paint can shirt.
Lots of good stuff. There's cups, there's lanyards, there's stickers. Lots of good stuff to use your $10 Busch Bucks on. Also, can't forget about Adventure Island.
Yes, it's still hot outside.
It is very hot outside. Regardless, even though it is Howl-O-Scream time, it's still hot. It's technically still summer. But if you're a pass member, you get a free Adventure Island ticket all the way until October 29th.
How cool would it be if you were swimming over at AI and then, like, there were scare actors under the water? Sorry, go on. That was a bad idea.
Okay.
Free ticket for AI until October 29th.
Dreaming big over here.
I know. I'm trying.
Okay.
What else?
Also, 30% off of Serengeti Safari tours. If you've never done that before, it's definitely a really great one to do. And you get 30% off this month for it. So definitely try that.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
It is.
Yep.
Cut.
And Rhino Day is coming up in the month of September as well. And they have a celebration going on. So that'll be really fun.
And where can we find all of those past member rewards?
You can find it on the website or on your past member portal.
Per usual.
Okay, JP, since you haven't experienced Howl-O-Scream just yet this season.
Correct.
I have a little bit of a pro tip for you. So listen up, okay? Take some notes.
Usually my segment, but go on.
Yeah, well, we were gone. So now I have one. Now I need a new jingle for something else, okay? Okay. So we have some evil upgrades, if you will, okay? So if you want to hit everything on like a Howl-O-Scream night, you want to do all the houses, you want to see it, like you just want to breeze through and really get everything done. Mm-hmm. You can do the VIP tour.
Oh.
You get front of the line access to all the haunted houses, front of the line access for rides and coasters. You get complimentary beverages.
Now we're talking my language.
Right? Exactly.
You also get complimentary food, I believe, as well. And I think the coolest part about the VIP tour is you get assigned a VIP tour guide.
Yes.
So those tour guides are the ones that are here living and breathing Howl-O-Scream every single day. So, like, you really get a lot of, I don't want to say, like, insider knowledge, but just, like, fun facts and cool tips. And
they really show you how to do Howl-O-Scream right.
They really do.
Yeah. Also, if you want to experience the houses in a little bit of a different light, then even if you don't like to maybe get scared and you just want to see still all the scary stuff, but like with the lights on, you can do a behind the scenes tour, which is also led by an awesome tour guide. And they kind of show you all around a house with the lights on. You get to see all of the different detail. They teach you all about what went into making the houses, concepts. They teach you just everything behind the scenes. So that's also a really great opportunity for you to experience Howl-O-Scream without experiencing the actual full event.
I love it. And you can check out all of those evil upgrades online at our website. It's howloscream.com. Shania, so as you mentioned earlier, we are here right now in one of our brand new houses.
Yes.
At Howl-O-Scream.
There's a weird guy right
There's
here.
Lobster Boy right behind me.
We have an audience today too. I don't know if we mentioned that to everyone.
We didn't. We have our first live audience for the first drop.
Kind of.
Well, yeah. Live is a very
They're very
loose term.
unreactive. They're very either we're not doing a good job or they're just very...
I think they're not enjoying the show.
All right.
But that's okay. But nonetheless, we did have the chance to sit down with the mastermind of Howl-O-Scream. He is the creative lead for HOS.
Yes.
Brad. So check out our interview with Brad.
Brad, thank you so much for joining us today on the first draw.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for letting us into your beautiful home today.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful place.
It is beautiful.
I think it's
scary.
beautiful.
It is.
It is beautiful. I didn't mean that offensively.
Very
Brad.
unique.
And we have a studio audience here today. Hello
do.
to our studio.
They came just to see you. We told them you were going to be here,
Wow.
and
That means a lot.
yeah.
Howl-O-Scream has officially started. Your favorite time of year, I presume?
It is. I mean, I do love Christmas a lot. This is definitely my first. So those are my two loves right at the end of the year.
Scary Mary.
Scary and Merry.
Scary
Yep.
to Mary.
All right.
Brad, tell us a little bit about what you do here at Busch Gardens. How long have you been here? What's your official role? How do you get into making creepy things day by day? Like, just tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. I have been here for 11 years. I haven't always done Halloween, but I've done kind of aspects of Halloween. My job title here is creative lead for HOS. So I pretty much dabble in all the elements of it, but I mainly concentrate on the houses. So any new storylines that come up, all that usually comes from me, and I just oversee whatever those changes are. As far as like new houses, I will do usually the storyline into the model building, into all the color rendering. So everything you see here, I put down on paper, and then people create this from all those images.
Are you sketching, like drawing them, or like putting them digitally, or
just because everything moves so fast, I have to do it all on computer. I would love to do like hand models and all that stuff, but there's no time for that.
That's
so it's all
like,
computer. Yeah,
I imagine it's still very time consuming and
it
very
is
tedious, though.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
just
computer.
me working on houses for pretty much the year, so it takes a good amount of time.
Okay, so tell us about the house that we're in right now, DH Baggums Circus of Fear, brand new house for 2023. Tell us what's going on in here.
Okay, so most people will probably remember this space as Deathwater Bayou. That was here for 10 years. Probably, I think the longest running house we've ever had in this building. So we needed something pretty big and epic to kind of replace those shoes, because they're pretty big shoes to fill. So we have DH Baggums Circus of Fear. The premise of the story is DH Baggum is more of an entity instead of an actual person. So you'll encounter different variations of DH Baggum. But the whole story to the house is he's trying to revamp the circus because it was kind of a dying thing, but he didn't want to let it go. So the freak show seemed like the best route to go to kind of bring that audience back in. So to keep everything kind of fresh, he kept making new freaks. So you'll encounter all these like fresh creation freaks.
Like the tattooed girl and lobster boy.
There's a lot of like the classic ones like Lobster Boy. But then as you get further into the house, there's some just stitched together weird characters that
the characters in this house are terrifyingly interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you dream of this house? How did you come up with the concept?
So concept wise, from the beginning, it's kind of a team effort to come up with just the baseline concept. And then I took the story and developed the whole storyline. And then from there, I just start researching images and putting ideas together, and then just starting fitting things into place and like what I think would be cool for a circus. So I didn't want to go with like your standard circus tent and you're going through that kind of thing. So instead, you're going through the grounds of a circus. There's a lot of backstage, so you'll see the tents where people sleep. You'll see inside of other things like the traveler wagon. Then you're back out in guest areas like the midway where we're currently sitting. So from here is where you go into the Circus Freak tent, and that's where you kind of encounter all of the weird monsters and stuff that he's been making.
When you're thinking of a new house, when you're thinking of or either rebranding or just doing something different, how long does that process take? Like, walk us through that. Like, how far out are you? Or is it years? Is it months? Is it? What's that
it's
look like?
months for sure. I'm supposed to be starting on next year's within the next few weeks, just to get an early jump on stuff, because we have a big year coming up next year, so we want to get ahead of everything. But yeah, it's usually 4 or 5 months of just details and paperwork and
And how about to actually like build, design, like get this all in place? Like,
usually a couple months.
okay,
Yeah.
it's crazy to think about, Shania.
Yeah.
Like when we're thinking about food and wine, Brad's like
they're already
deep
way
into Halloween already.
into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically by the end of the year, you'll kind of already know what the next house is going to be and
Yeah.
like ready to get into it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have concept now, so it's just me getting done with this year and moving on to next year.
Well, we'll talk about that after this then.
Yes.
So we can get a little
So
bit
we
of an
can-
inside scoop
Insider
then.
knowledge.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else in the entire event have you kind of been involved with other than the houses? Like scare zones, shows, do you kind of give to that too?
Yeah, outside of houses, I was part of the team that came up with the concept for Sin City Zombies and the new theme for bumper cars, the Big Ed's Demolition Derby.
Cool.
Other than that, I designed the set for Rock the Grave, and the concept and design for Raveyard was also mine.
The Raveyard.
The Raveyard.
That's new this year.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walked by it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
all like kind of lit up and it's like literally like a rave over
Yeah,
there.
it's a rave in the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just kind of a nice place to go and escape all the scary. You can go
Yeah.
there, listen to some music, watch
It's
some
in
of the
a-
dancers,
yeah,
get a
it's in
drink.
a good location, you
Yeah.
know, 'cause it's like right in between Witch and then like
Yeah.
kind of when you kind of first walk in near Gwazi. So it's a good location. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people are going to like
It's
it over
fun.
there. Yeah.
So hopefully it goes over well, and next year we can kind of build a little more. And
So Brad, being here 11 years is a long time, obviously. What are some other notable things that you've had your hand in that some of our folks watching might, really still be missing or have loved, in previous years of Howl-O-Scream?
So prior to this year, I did the concept and story and design for Stranglewood and Forgotten and Witch of the Woods. And I did the design layover for Residence, the Home for the Holidays. Before that, if you remember in 2020, we did Scare Zones only. I designed and had a pretty big hand in building all of those zones because we did all that in-house. And then prior to that, I did all the event lighting for all of our events. It was me and a very tiny team of one or two other people. And then before that, I was a tech doing ice
Wow.
show. So
How did you kind of transition into what you do now then from being a tech? What does that look
I
like?
worked my way up just asking if I could like tweak a couple things here and there.
Okay.
And just kind of like slowly built the trust with the team that like
Nice.
I do know what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I was just like, just let me do this one little thing. And then that kind of snowballed into all the things. And
I've seen like a lot of stories around here where people start off as like even a scare actor and become a tech and just like keep going up and up. So
Yeah.
it's good to know that like you can kind of maneuver your way
You totally
in
can.
and like
Yeah.
grow within. I think that's really cool.
yeah, we have, he's currently a stage manager, but we have people that worked in like Skyride and operations, and they've came over to tech and then just worked their way up too. So
Wow.
totally possible.
Yeah. That's a really good like opportunity for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your background in? Like, how do you, like, I wouldn't know even where to begin.
Yeah.
If someone's like, make a haunted house, I'd be like,
like, what
okay,
kind of-
what? Like,
What
how
experience
do you,
do you need for that? Like design?
Yeah, I actually
Art?
have a degree in production design.
Okay.
Okay. See,
Um,
Yeah.
But before that, like as a kid, I did haunted houses and like stuff like home haunt stuff. And then I did a few for nonprofits. And I'd always knew like this was the thing that I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
So it was just finding that way to get into it. And this was a great place because this event has always been just amazing. So to be a part of that and to like keep all that going is definitely like top goal for me. So
But we don't have the kind of experience for that,
We
so
don't.
we could never.
Shania and I, every episode, have been trying to find like something else. Like we tried Zookeeper, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
We tried like Penguin Ambassador, nope, doesn't
No.
work.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work for us either.
We're still waiting to audition with Tamaya for a show,
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
yeah.
We
Do
got to
it.
find something. Just
Yeah.
trying our talents at all the different things is all.
Penguin
So,
Ambassador sounds great though.
Yeah.
It would have been
do that.
cool.
I don't know. Maybe we'll shadow you for a day.
Sure.
Like a day during Howl-O-Scream. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do during Howl-O-Scream, like in an actual event night? Like, you have a lot of prep on, like, the backhand. Like, you're here today, like, adding elements to the house and, like, prepping. But come, like, the actual nights of the events, what are you doing?
I usually will walk the event and take notes and just to make sure everything aesthetically is looking the way it's supposed to. And then I pass that off for the crew to keep up with. So really it's just like making sure that every guest that comes to the event every night gets 100% of
Okay.
the event. because you wouldn't want to pay to come here and you get like half the stuff is broken. Like
Right.
you want that full experience. So
Right.
it's really just keeping up with that.
Okay, cool. And
Yeah.
you kind of like know like what needs fixing or what needs like adjusting
For
and
the
stuff
most
like
part,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
I've
Wow.
spent a lot of time staring at it. So
I'm sure. You
Yeah.
probably know this place like the back of your hand already.
yeah, unfortunately.
Do you enjoy coming just as a guest? Do you ever make
know, have
your
you
way
ever?
back to the park for
I
Howl-O-Scream
do.
as a guest?
I
Really?
do, yeah. I love Halloween events. So I like coming here. It's kind of harder to turn it off here. But I still like to come and just kind of enjoy the vibe of the event.
Yeah.
And I love going to other parks' Halloween events and just like learning new stuff and seeing how they do things differently.
Yeah.
And
Find like inspiration and things
Yeah.
that kind of like spark your
all the time, every year.
your
yeah.
interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like a whole different experience coming to the park as a guest, or like when you're not working.
Mhm.
You know, you notice things that you don't notice before, and it's like it's a really outer body experience almost.
Yeah,
It's
I feel
really
like
weird.
your interaction as an employee
Yeah.
is so minimal in the park that you don't get to really experience like what a guest experience.
Yeah.
So even if you can't turn that off, just coming, like parking in the parking lot, walking in, like
Right.
all of that
Mhm.
is a very different experience than
Yeah.
working here.
Seeing exactly what the guests see
Yep.
on like a daily basis. Yeah. Do you have any like projects that have been a favorite of yours or that you always like hold near and dear to your heart? Something that like you're just like, yeah, I was proud of that. I did that. Like, I'm sure everything, but one that sticks
Well,
out.
not everything. Nothing's ever 100%. Honestly, I think Stranglewood
Yeah.
is probably one of my like crowning achievements here.
That's one of my favorite houses.
Yeah,
I love that house.
Building it in that building was a challenge, to say the least, only because it's the old Akbar ride. So all of the different rooms are all different sizes and ceiling heights, and
Yeah.
squeezing all of that into one building was a lot. But I think the overall finished product of it is probably the best I will ever do here.
I think it's one of the most like detailed
Yeah.
houses. There's so much to it. Like every single time you go through it, you notice something new, much like in here too. Like I've
Yeah.
been through this one so many times, but every single time I come in, I'm like, that wasn't there before. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's different. You
See,
know,
I feel that way about the residents.
that
There's
too.
a lot. There's a lot in Residence.
Like I
That
saw like
too.
8 extra chicken wings last time I went through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one always has like more blood splatters every time, or like
Yeah.
a new killed person. Yeah.
The elves are the best part of the house, if you can find them all.
The
Yes.
elves on the
There's
shelf.
Yeah.
like 20 of them, yeah.
Usually people are like trying to count all of them. I
Yeah.
haven't tried that. Maybe we
I was
should
gonna
do that
say
next
that should
time.
be a challenge because I do when we did our event in July, people were like they went through
Counting.
like 10 times. Like there's 21 elves this time, then there was like 23.
Yeah.
Like then
Yeah.
you lost one. It was nuts.
We should do that one day where we're like trying to count and challenge people.
Yeah.
That'd
That's
be
pretty
fun.
fun.
Oh, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no. You.
I had this question is not. Well, you mentioned the different sizes of like ceilings and rooms and stuff. I've always wondered, just as I like scary stuff and going through houses, like how when you sketch all this out, right? When you lay it all out, like are you looking at stuff like that, or by the time you get set pieces into the house like this, like do you realize like, oh, that path is too small, or like we can't actually turn people to the left, we have to go to the right? Like how do you like manipulate the physical layout of where people are walking?
It's like a maze.
Yeah. The buildings all have their own kind of weird little quirks that you don't realize until you get in here. So a lot of times it's like moving a wall a foot over, and then you may have to shift path or shift scenic, but usually you run into that like as you're doing the main structure. I will come down and try to measure every little thing I can think of. So when I pass off the design for drawings and build, all of that is mostly in there, so it's not a lot of adjustments. But it happens all the time. So
Yeah.
we'll shift something over just to make more room for guests and ADA and all that stuff.
Nice.
I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
That is a lot.
curious.
It's very technical.
Yeah. But as
Yeah.
far as like fitting the rooms and stuff, leaving the path width and trying to still like pull off the design and leave room for scare actors and their access and all that stuff. It's really just like a puzzle fitting all those pieces
Yeah.
in.
Like, were you always into scary stuff like this, like when you were a kid, or did you just kind of develop it as you got older and like decide, yeah, I want to do that. I want to work.
I think I always liked Halloween. I never got into like doing bigger scary things until I don't know. I was probably 13, and I would do stuff at the house in front, and I would scare all the kids that came to get candy. So it just kind of developed to a larger scale.
Yeah.
But I think it was always there.
Were you going anywhere else with that?
I was just curious. I always love scary stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I love Michael Myers. I love, like, slasher films.
Yep.
But I would have never thought about, like, becoming someone who
Doing it as a
creates, like,
living.
an actual... Yeah. You know? It's more just like, oh, I love watching that kind of stuff. I like collecting things. But it's like...
Yeah. Well, I always
You're
knew this was what I
literally-
wanted to do. Like,
Yeah.
in some aspect, it was just figuring out how to get there.
Have you ever done it for movies? Like, built movie sets?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Bucket list?
You should.
I don't know. I enjoy this. I think this is a very unique
It's a movie.
challenge.
It's
It's. I mean, yeah. It's essentially
It is,
we're
yeah.
filming
It's
here.
a set.
With our live studio audience.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, hi, guys. Thanks
This
for
is
being
a
here.
full feature film today.
So I mean, we've used places like Witch and stuff like that for commercials and.
True, yeah.
So it's kind of
that's
like
true.
a movie set.
Yeah. I didn't think about it that way. That's true.
But yeah, I think I just enjoy doing this, and I like the close interaction that people have with
Yeah.
this that you don't normally get with a movie set.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just like a whole unique thing. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
It's its own little beast of an animal.
Do you have a sense of like satisfaction on nights of Howl-O-Scream when you hear people being scared and screaming? Like you're like,
do.
yes.
I know I do too. I love hearing people screaming on, like, when they're getting so scared. I'm like, nice.
Yeah, I'll sit in the tech spaces every now and then, just watch people come through and get scared.
Yeah.
I would
I
do the
love
same
that.
thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
fun.
had my own like banging and stuff.
There is something satisfying about people just like being so scared they're like falling or like just screaming at the top of their lungs.
Mhm.
It's very entertaining.
You mentioned not people. I feel like are going to hate me for this question because I don't want to shorten
be
Halloween at
controversial.
all. But you said you liked Christmas as well. What are you most looking forward to in Christmas Town?
Oh man, it's just beautiful. Like
is.
the trees
Yeah.
are gorgeous. I know we're doing a lot of cool stuff for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see all of that. I actually had a pretty big part in Christmas 2 years ago. I designed the new Santa house, so I got to do a little cool part of Mary
Yeah.
in addition to my scary. But outside of that, yeah, I just like it's such a shift from where we are right now. And just the whole feel of the park is just so much brighter. And
It is.
Yeah.
It literally turns into like I don't want to say winter wonderland, but a Christmas wonderland. Like it really is.
Mhm.
All the lights, the shows, Christmas on Ice. I can't wait for that to come back too.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
Alex, our designer, that does Christmas, and she actually does Spooktacular and all those events too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she's put a lot into Christmas this year, and I think it's going to show. It's going to be beautiful.
Well, I'm excited for it, but I don't want to rush it.
Yeah,
so.
see, that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I knew it was going to
It'll
come
be here in no time.
People are gonna be
Yeah.
like, shut up.
I'm
Halloween's still here.
reveling in all of the spookiness. So yeah,
only
I'm
September.
not ready for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad, outside of work, we always ask all of our guests on the show, one, do you have any pets?
I do.
What tell us all
I
about
have
them.
a cat named Tomato.
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 Tomatoes right here. Look at Tomato.
Yeah.
So
He's
cute.
adorable.
How did you get his name Tomato? Why'd you name him Tomato?
I've always liked like random names for pets. A friend of mine had a cat named Spoons, which is an awesome name for a cat.
That's cute.
So I just thought like Tomato would be a cute name. If I ever get another one, it'll probably be another tomato name,
yeah.
like a
Tomato.
pico
Oh, okay.
or
Salsa.
some kind of
That'd be
tomato.
fun.
Yeah. But yeah, he's adorable.
Oh. Okay, that's cute. What do you do when you're not here, like outside of work? Do you play with your you just hang out with your cat? a lot? What kind of hobbies do you have?
No hobbies.
Is this your life
this is it.
that consumes your brain?
Yeah. Just personal, just being in a relationship and doing that, trying to keep that strong while having to work
Yeah.
just stupid hours right now.
Yeah. Do you like to cook at all? I feel like you could cook.
I don't cook that much at all.
No? I don't either.
Especially right now.
I'm not.
I've
Like
ordered out almost
tomato
everything.
being no cooking, but you have
No.
a tomato?
Yeah. He could be my little chef.
Yeah, I don't cook either. I like to bake. It's a
Mhm.
lot
Yeah.
easier. Do you cook? What do you cook? What's
yeah.
your signature dish?
I don't have a signature dish, but I subscribe to a meal delivery service who, if they would like to sponsor us, you can.
Okay.
So we cook. We cook all the time.
Yeah.
What do you
I hate
What do you
ordering out.
cook?
Whatever the menu is that week. I don't know.
Oh, so
You
you
cook by putting it in the
rely
microwave.
on it.
No. It's a menu. It's a instructions.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like a meal delivery service.
So you get all the ingredients. You just have to do the
Yes.
work part of it. So you just
That's-
cut out the grocery store part.
Yeah, that's cheating.
No, it's not. When you live with 2 people,
It's hard to make meals for just 2 people.
like stuff goes bad. Like, I don't need a whole tub of sour cream. I'll
You're
never
right.
use that.
You're right. Okay.
Unless you just love sour cream.
You're not wrong.
Food service, if you want to sponsor us, then.
Exactly.
Okay. At Busch Gardens.
What?
I don't know. What did I say?
Yeah, Busch Gardens.
What accent was that? At
All
Busch
of them.
Gardens. Okay, at Busch Gardens, what is your favorite roller coaster?
Mhm.
Have you done any animal
ride.
interactions? Roller coaster or ride, excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. Yes. Or like animal encounter that you've done when you're here as a guest. Like, what do you like to do here?
I love Iron Gwazi.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. You can hear it right here.
I think
Okay.
yeah, it's very loud over here.
Yes.
I think Cheetah Hunt is probably still one of my favorites.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. What is it called? Cobra's Curse.
Okay.
That one's fun. I got to ride it as a zombie,
Oh.
which made me a little sick. But outside of that, that was
Wow.
fun. But I think Cheetah Hunt's probably my number one ride here.
Okay, so if someone wanted to just say have like the job that you do,
Mhm.
JP might be coming for your job, who knows. What would go into that? Like, what does it take? What are the criteria, experience, like, just, you know?
Honestly, I don't even know if having a degree for something like this is totally necessary. I think it's the passion for one, and going to events like this. Like, you have to love going to things like this
That's true.
to really understand like how they work and have kind of a technical mind to see like how these things operate. Like,
Yeah.
And then just getting in here, you may have to start like at the not the bottom. I don't want to call it the bottom, but like starting as a technician or
Yeah.
somebody like that, and just kind of like keep working and asking like, oh, can I help out with this? Because you just get noticed, and
Yeah.
people will just kind of like start to elevate you at that point.
Okay.
That's kind of what happened to me. Like, I started as just a ice show tech, and people noticed. I had interest in this stuff, and it just kind of developed into being here. So yeah, I think the passion and the drive, like, and having an eye for spooky things.
Okay.
And yeah,
Well, work on that then.
I took notes.
Okay.
Mental notes.
Get more,
got it.
more passion.
More passion.
Yes.
A fire.
write that
There's a
down.
fire lit.
Watch out for JP.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. He's going to be going over entertainment a lot now. He's going
Gonna be at every ice show. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start there. Turn it
to
up.
be asking questions to everyone. Hey, what is Brad not doing that I can do?
Where is the holes I can
Christine
Yeah.
pulls out a whole list. No, I'm just
Exactly. So what is your Halloween plans this year? Obviously, we're open on Halloween, so
are.
a lot of people are going to be spending their Halloween here,
Yep.
getting scared. But
Yep.
what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be here?
On actual Halloween,
Yeah.
Yes.
I
What
will
is
be
it?
at home.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I
Good day off.
really, yeah, sort of. I really enjoy handing out candy to kids.
That's nice.
So I decorate the whole front of the house and sit out front and give out candy to everybody.
Oh my gosh! Well, if this is what you can do
I was gonna
here,
say, do your neighbors hate you?
God, I can imagine
No,
what
I
your house
honestly
looks
don't
like.
go like super crazy.
There's no,
No?
way.
No, I have. So I'm not a huge inflatables fan, but I have
Okay.
inflatables for Halloween, and I have all the big ones that are like 16 and 20 feet tall. They're just
Wow.
massive. So I put those out.
Okay.
But I think just like the classic trick or treat Halloween thing, I love that because this is so big
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it doesn't have that like old family trick or treat vibe to it. So
That's true.
I like doing that on Halloween.
Yeah. Some like my core memories are trick or treating, going
Right.
house to house.
Yeah, so-
seeing the houses with the inflatables and the
Yep.
decorations and stuff. That's sweet. I like handing out candy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's harder when you're in an apartment. You don't get this many
Yeah,
trick or
just sit outside your door.
Yeah. So you're not dressing
Throwing
up. Do you dress
candy.
up when you give out candy?
I don't.
No? What was the last thing you dressed up for Halloween?
Oh gosh.
Do you remember? How long ago was that?
Uh,
You don't do parties, like Halloween parties? You don't
No.
do those?
no,
You could probably like throw a real killer.
It's weird outside of
party.
here. Like
See what I did there?
I'm super into Halloween, but I don't like super get into Halloween.
Okay.
I think I put it all into here. So
Nice.
when I'm not here, it's just like scary movies and trick-or-treating for kids. Like that's
Okay.
it.
yeah,
And 20-foot inflatables.
20-foot flavors. So super mellow, but
I love it.
Nice. We gotta invite him to our next Halloween bash. So you don't remember what you were for like
I have
last
no
for Halloween?
idea. Nope.
Okay.
I
What
knew
were
either.
you?
I think a Smurf.
How long ago was
That
that?
makes sense.
When the Smurfs came out?
No, it would have been. Oh, maybe when the movie, like, right, there was another movie that came out, a remake, something,
Yeah, there was a newer one. Yeah.
a newer one.
Yeah.
Let's guess then.
A Smurf.
I haven't dressed up in a while.
Okay. I dress up
You?
every year.
What
Every year.
What were you last year?
I'm always like an anime character.
Mm-hmm.
Usually.
Checks out.
Something like that. Yeah. Every year we do a Halloween party. Me and my friends.
I love it.
You're around a lot of scary stuff that like most people are terrified, like clowns and like all the creepy stuff. But what are you afraid of? Do you have any fears?
It's a loaded question.
Let's unpack.
Yeah.
No, you don't have enough time.
Like,
for that.
what is someone who goes and like knows everyone's fears and how to like make their worst nightmares come true? Like, what makes you go, ah, that's scary.
That's a great question. I think like some of the classic stuff, like I'm not a huge fan of snakes.
Okay. Interesting.
Heights make me nervous sometimes. Like super high heights.
But you
make me
like Quasi?
nervous. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But like stuff like this doesn't bother me at all. But because I think it's because it's something I do all year,
Yeah.
so my brain just like
Okay.
turns that part
So maybe
off.
you're just like desensitized to a lot of things.
A lot of things, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Just-
I think
I
a
was
lot
just
of like those like normal fears are
Yeah.
it's still there. I
Just-
don't talk about it because
Yeah.
people use it against me.
Oh, true. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep it a secret.
That spawned a question for me now in my head.
Okay.
Do you have in everything that you create, build, design, are there any fun, and you don't have to share them, you can just say yes or no, or if you want to share them, are there any fun Easter eggs or like a signature or something you put into every single thing you do?
Yeah, I love Easter eggs. I put my initials in a few of the houses.
Okay.
There's one actually right behind us on the two first letters. There's one in Forgotten on the throne area. So I like hiding stuff like that.
And there's like pictures of you guys in the residence too, right? Isn't there pictures of you guys?
There
in the-
are, yeah. Yep.
That's funny.
So some of the names that are in there are people that I know.
Okay.
But yeah, I like hiding stuff. I think it's fun. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun when people notice things. Like, there's also a lot of throwback to old HOS stuff. Like, Junkyard is full of old HOS stuff. But a lot of the props, like some of the stuff in the Traveler Wagon here, are all from Deathwater Bayou. So just hiding stuff like that's kind of cool. Fun
Okay.
little finds.
fun.
Can you tell us anything about what we can expect for 25 years next year in 2024? Is there anything that we can
Share?
share or like talk about?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. It's too soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Because you're just gonna have to wait then.
Yeah.
All right, Brad. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This was probably one of our coolest, scariest episodes that we've had. Very interesting being in here.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
don't like it.
Thank you so much. I'm sure you have. Why did you do that?
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Is this a button?
Okay, let's get out of here. Goodbye.
Brad, thank you.
I'm done. I'm over it.
Shania, another fun episode of The First Drop is in the books. This time, our first time in a haunted house doing the show.
Yeah, we should do it again.
I don't know. This was, I mean,
had
I'm
fun.
excited to go through the house this weekend, but there was scary sounds earlier. There
Yeah.
are things that you guys can't see off camera that are really creepy. I think even with the lights on, like I gotta get out of here.
Yes, that's okay. But we did have a great episode, and we want to know, like, what are you guys looking the most forward to for Howl-O-Scream this year? Maybe you've never come before. Maybe you have come all different years, but you know, there's a lot of new elements this year. So what are you looking forward to seeing the most? Comment down below and let us know.
Yeah, Shania, I think it's time for us to go get ready for this weekend's Howl-O-Scream.
Yes, Brad is looking at us, and he needs to get back to work.
He does need to get
So
back
we
to
will
work.
give him back the stage soon.
Bye, everybody. See you next time.
Bye. The mess.
That was so good.
Just
Did you get something good out of that? That was fun. All right, we're fine. I
okay.
got it. All right. Jesse's gonna have a great time editing this.
Okay. Why don't we start over? Why don't we start
Oh my
over
god.
again?
Okay. It got hot in here. It was very cold when we started, and now it's very warm. Okay.
Additionally.
I couldn't do it.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry.
No. Do I have any more information on it? Yeah. They just talked to you about it. Do I remember it? No.
Okay. I waited till she finished. Shania, we...
Yes.
Well, good, because I had no idea where I was going with that anyway. That's a blooper.
We twinned there.
Thank you.
I get to do it.
Good job.
You start. Yeah, you start.
Okay, Shania, and in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Brad. We are very excited to have you, and that was not a good intro. So let me do it again.